Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. No intro for this. Let's just get straight into it because we all know what we're here for. We're here to talk about Barcelona because today they lost 1-0 against Shakhtar Donetsk away from home in match week 4 of the Champions League. A match that if we drew or won, we would have been mathematically qualified for the round of 16 of the Champions League. A round that we haven't seen for the past 2 years. So that was going to be a very exciting time for me. Finally, we get out of the Europa League curse officially. But then obviously we're going to have to wait until after the international break to find out what happens there. And God, so help me God. So help me God. I don't even want to put my mind in this right now, but I've been thinking about it. But I'm trying to get these thoughts away from my head. So help me God. If we get sent down to Europa League, and if we lose to Porto, watch the fuck out. Because then we're going to have a game against... And if Shakhtar Donetsk wins and we lose to Porto... Oh, Lord. Oh, my God, bro. Whatever. I don't even want to think about that right now, but that's going to be a video for a different day. But anyway, let's talk about today. I talked about it briefly on my TikTok, but let's talk about it here. Because in case you don't follow me on TikTok or you don't know my TikTok or anything, or you're just seeing this video on your recommended on YouTube. Today, against Shakhtar Donetsk, we look like shit. There's really no other way to put it. Going forward, it was terrible. Our players, it literally looked like we got 11 players off the street, put them on the pitch. They had never played with each other a day in their lives, football ever again. Like, they've never had to practice together. They've never kicked the ball with each other. They've never played a rondo together, a triangle, anything. Like, they've never played together. And we put them on the pitch and said, figure something out. There was no chemistry. There was no cohesiveness. There was no fluidity to the attack. Our players looked stagnant. They looked static. They looked bored on the pitch. It was sad. Lewandowski, you're one of the greatest number 9s to ever play this game. You didn't get much service today, but even when you get service, you're just not good enough for this team, and that's been the case since post-World Cup last year. You've ghosted for a lot of important games, and it's just not acceptable in my opinion. A Barcelona striker like Samuel Eto'o, like Luis Suarez, like fucking Luke de Jong or fucking Aubameyang, bro. Those players show up big. Aubameyang he has given me more memorable moments in the 4 months he spent at the club than Lewandowski has given me for the 2 years almost he's been for the year he's been at the club. Sorry, it's just not good enough. It's not good enough, bro. I'm sick of this shit. 50 million, a waste of money. A Mueller merchant is what you are. And I don't want to fucking. Sorry, I had to burp. I don't want to pile on Lewandowski too much because it's not Arnold's fault. But this guy, when we brought him in, we thought this guy was the missing piece. We needed a striker, and we brought him in, and he was coming off 2 great seasons. Should have won a Ballon d'Or in 2020. Not in 2021, that was Messi's rightful win. But in 2020, should have won it. And he's been non-existent. But anyway, moving on. Rafinha, what the fuck was that performance today, bro? You're a Barcelona winger. You couldn't take a single player on one-on-one, and I back you, bro. I actually really like you as a player. I was happy when we bought you from Leeds. I was really excited to have you on the team, and I think last season you were criticized a lot by the fans, but I actually thought you were pretty decent when you played. But today was unacceptable, bro. You're trying to do too much. You look like Neymar, but you don't play like Neymar whatsoever. And a Barcelona winger, you have to take players on one-on-one. You have to create those mismatches out on the touchline, out on the wing. You have to do that. That's what Ronaldinho did. That is what Messi did when he played out on the wing. That is what fucking Bojan did. Even Bojan did that, bro. You're better than Bojan. Actually, I don't even know if you are, but Bojan did that. Neymar did that. Even fucking Ousmane Dembele, who I don't like, and I'm actually watching him play right now, who I don't miss whatsoever, even though sometimes I really kind of do miss him, because if you gave Dembele a one-on-one on the wing, that guy was going to take advantage of it. He was going to take his player on. He was going to make something happen. And you can't do that. Losing the ball constantly. Losing the ball, just constantly losing. Like, it's just unacceptable. Marcos Alonso, why does he continue to get minutes on this team, especially starting on this team, on a Champions League game? This guy was, his last good season for Chelsea was the season where they won the league with Antonio Conte. He's been washed for 5 years now. Why did we buy him? Because he's old and Spanish. That seems to be a fetish that Xavi has, right? Old and Spanish players, because Romeo is the same thing. Who again, hasn't been, like, he's been criticized a lot for the past few games because he's been fucking shit. Today he wasn't great. He wasn't bad, but he wasn't great. He was good. I would say he was more good. His ball recovery was good. But again, why is he starting? Put Fermin Lopez on this team. I want to see him play a little bit. Why are we not starting Balde every game? Why is Marcos Alonso starting? And that brings me to Balde. And to our fullbacks in general, but especially Balde. Has he ever sent in a cross that has found a Barcelona player? It seems like every cross he sends in finds an opposing team player. I've never seen him have an assist off a cross. His crossing is terrible. But you know what? It's not really his fault, because when Barcelona's, when we can't play through the middle, Xavi's whole tactics, and it's been happening since he took over for the club, and I'm going to get to that a little bit later in this video, but that's his whole game plan. When we can't play through the middle, pass the ball out wide, send it across, and fucking pray. And it's not good enough. Tactically, he's got to be more innovative than that. We seem to have nothing going for us when we lose, when we can't play through the middle. Like, it's mind-blowing to me, bro. Like, I really don't get it. He talks to his brother for 30 minutes on the sideline. What are they talking about? They can never come up with anything. And I'm sorry, by the way, I got a cold today, so that's why my voice may sound a little bit different. But it seems like they never come up with anything good out there on the sideline. Those two. And Xavi, let's talk about Xavi now. I love you, bro. You're one of my favorite players of all time. You're an idol for the club that I've supported since I was 6 years old. I watched you were part of my childhood, bro. I watched the peak years of your career. I fucking love you. I think you have a very good case, and I could make the case you're the greatest midfielder to ever play this game. I hope you're the manager, like, I don't know if I said this already, but I hope you're the manager for 80 years. I want to tell my kids about Xavi winning the European Cup for Barcelona, both as a player and as a fucking coach. A la Pep Guardiola. I want you to be that guy. But not good enough, man. Not good enough. And this is something that's been going on for a long time since you've been the manager. And I've noticed it, and people got mad at me because last year they said, oh, we won the league. Why are you complaining? You're so reactionary. You're not a real Barca fan. You want Xavi out. Xavi has these moments with him, bro. He has these peaks and he has these valleys, and the values are really bad. His first season in charge, because yesterday was his 2-year anniversary. Happy anniversary, by the way, to you, Xavi. 2-year anniversary since he took over for Ronald Koeman, which, by the way, today was a Ronald Koeman memorial game. It reminded me of that Benfica game that we lost like 2 or 3-0 in the Champions League back in 2021 when Messi left. But anyway, you guys remember that like month and a half where we beat Napoli? We scored 4 against them in the Europa League. We beat Real Madrid by 4, of course. We scored 4 against Atletico. We scored 4 against Valencia. Do you guys remember that? And then we ended off the season kind of poorly with some results that weren't great. We needed last-minute winners against Levante. I remember Luke de Jong. Do you guys remember that? But then we were like, oh, you know what? He didn't have the players you wanted, so it's looking up, right? Next season's going to be better. And next season was better. We won the league. Champions of Spain for the first time in, 3 years? We hadn't won that title in a long time. I was happy we won that title. But if you remember, one of the main reasons why we won that title is because other teams kind of fell off. And our league season was not convincing whatsoever. And we got saved a lot by Ter Stegen, who again today was, I didn't mention him, but amazing. What a player you are. And Araujo as well. What a player both of you guys are. We'd be relegated without Ter Stegen. And Araujo, you're a fucking warrior. But anyway, last season, some of the last games we played last season, even after we locked up the league, we beat Real Madrid in the Camp Nou, great. We lost them in the Copa del Rey, even though we were injured, but 4-0 is unacceptable against our biggest rivals. I want to beat Real Madrid in fucking chess, bro. I don't want to lose to Real Madrid by 4 in anything, whether it's chess, checkers, fucking swimming, I don't give a shit. We need to beat them in everything, and losing by 4, again, let's not get into that right now, but that pissed me off, but whatever. It wasn't his fault because a lot of the players were injured, and this season too, okay? I don't take that away, okay? A lot of players this season have been injured. Whether it's Pedri, who Pedri's more injured than he's healthy. I mean, it's a surprise to me when Pedri's on the lineup more than when he's on the bench, like injured or nursing an injury. Lewandowski's been injured, of course, even though we haven't even noticed. Rafinha's been injured. Obviously, Frankie de Jong, who please, Frankie, come back as soon as possible. I fucking beg you, man. I miss you so much. Please come back. We need you. We need you, bro. He's obviously been injured. He's missed the last month. Koundé's been missing. Araujo again. Araujo also has been injured a lot. But anyway, bro, like some of these games are unacceptable. And like I said last season, we lost games against Valladolid and a bunch of teams that we shouldn't be losing to. And I mentioned that on my TikTok, and people were like, bro, you're reactionary. But anyway, moving on to this season now. You guys realize, I want to tell you guys something. I don't think a lot of Barca fans have thought about this, but I thought about this before making this video, and I want to share this with you guys. We've played 2 games. 2 games. We're going on 16 games this season. With 16 important games. We played 12 in the league and 4 in the Champions League. 16 games this season. 16. And you know we've been great from start to finish in 2 of them? 90 minutes we've been great from start to finish in 2 games. You want to know what those games were? Antwerp and Betis. The two games were the Joao's first play. The 2 first games where they were starters, the honeymoon phase, and then it ended. After that, we have not been great. Go back. Getafe, first game of the season. Not good. We didn't look good whatsoever. Osasuna, not good. Villarreal, not good. Then Antwerp and Betis, great. Mallorca, not good. Celta Vigo, we were good for the last 10 minutes, but for 80 minutes we were fucking dog shit. We needed a comeback, a miraculous comeback in that game. Another burp. I'm sorry, guys. Oh my god, I apologize. I had a great falafel today. Honestly, it was so good. But anyway, against Granada, remember Brian Zaragoza scoring, looking like Prime R9 out there, where he scored in the first 20 seconds of that game? Against Porto, away from home. We were injured. I get that. Not good. Against even against Shakhtar. Against Shakhtar, bro. Against Shakhtar, not today, but the last time we played them at home, not good. Against Real Sociedad, same story. Like 2 games in a row now where we need last-minute winners. Where we're just throwing crosses into the box, hoping for a winner. Last week, in the weekend, we got it with Araujo, thankfully. But that would have been 2 terrible results in a row. A loss and a draw. And a game we should have lost, by the way. We should have lost against Real Sociedad. I still don't know how we won that game. And injuries or not, the philosophy is not there. We don't seem to be playing with a fucking identity. Even when, do you guys remember when Arteta was losing a bunch of games with Arsenal when he first got there? But you could see the way they were trying to play. You could see that there was like a philosophy there they were trying to build towards. And now you see the way they play, and it's kind of like, it's like he obviously has better players and he has more experience as a manager, and it's coming to fruition. They're a team that's one of the best in Europe right now. With Xavi, it seems like his identity comes and goes. Some games, he looks tactically like one of the best managers in the world. Against when he plays against Real Madrid. And by the way, I left out the Real Madrid game. We were great. I played them for the first 50 minutes of that game, and then we fell apart. We fell apart in that game. And we let Jude Bellingham score 2 goals, including a winner. Like, it seems like our identity just comes and goes. Our players, like, and again, not everything is on Xavi because our players need to be better as well. Too many times it seems like they're just static on the pitch. They're just standing there waiting for something to happen. They don't have that drive. They don't have that fight about them, bro. They seem to be bored on the pitch. What is going on with this team? Like, I truly don't know. By the way, I want to give credit to Shakhtar today because they played great. And that first goal they scored was fucking beautiful. That change of play, I didn't mention this when I was talking about the game, but I want to say it now. That change of play and that cross and that header, oh my God, fucking insane. Beautiful game plan by them. On the counter, they were amazing. But we need to be better. We need to be better. It's unacceptable. I love this team. I don't want to be a meme again. I'm sick of this club. I consider Barcelona the greatest club of all time. Truly. Maybe you could say I'm a biased fan, whatever you want to say. To me, they're the greatest club of all time. To me. Alright, I can only speak for myself, but to me, they're the greatest club of all time. To other people, it might be Real Madrid or AC Milan or Bayern Munich. I don't give a fuck. To many people, it's probably Real Madrid. But to me, I'm not going to say Real Madrid is the greatest club of all time because my pride wouldn't let me. Okay, so allow me just to say Barcelona. 3 straight years in Europa League? No. And it's not happening. It's not confirmed, and it's not even close to happening. We're still in the driver's seat to go through to the round of 16. But if we actually want to win something this year, something of significance, and by significance, I mean I want to lift that trophy with the big-ass years on it. I want to lift the Champions League. I'm tired, bro. It's been 8 fucking years. 8 years of not lifting that trophy. We need, and I'm not saying we need to win it this year, but we need to at least compete or show some fight. Or actually get out of the fucking group stages for once, bro. That's all I'm asking. I'm asking just for us to get out of the group stages. I love this club, bro. I'm not saying this to show you guys, like, to brag or show you guys how big my balls are or look at me, I'm such an OG fan. Or I'm telling you guys this because I want you guys to know how much I care about this team and why I'm making this video because I truly care. I've been a diehard fan of this club since I was 6 years old. I'm not a Messi fan who became a Barca fan. I'm a Barca fan who became a Messi fan. I was a Barca fan even before Messi was even great. I remember watching my first game when I was 6 years old, like I said, like coming home and watching Gabriel Milito, and watching Eto'o, and watching Puyol, and watching Edmilson, and watching Rafa Marquez, and watching Gulli, and watching fucking Van Bronckhorst and Van Bommel, and all these different players. I remember being 5 years old and watching the Champions League final in Paris when we came back and won that game. Trust me, I have this shit in my brain, bro. I'm telling you guys, and it pisses me off that we have been losing our identity for so long because we're better than this. We're better than this, bro. And if you're a Barca fan, you understand what I mean because Barca is not just about the way. It's not just about the scoreline. By the way, we've been winning by 1 goal every single one of these last few games. I'll put the picture on the screen right now. But our last 5 games, it's been by 1 goal. Every single goal, every margin of victory has been by 1 goal. We're not playing well. And it pisses me off because everybody knows that Barcelona, it's not just about winning the game. It's about the way you play. It's different to every other club in the world. And Xavi says it in the documentary, Take the Ball, Pass the Ball on Netflix. If you go watch that documentary, Xavi says it. Barcelona, it's not just about the score, like the way you, like how many goals, like no. Barcelona is not just it's not just about winning the game. It's about playing the game a certain way, the Barcelona way. That's what those players are taught from La Masia all the way up. Going back to the Cruyff days. And we seem to be losing that energy. But anyway, I don't want to rant on for too long. I don't want to keep you guys here for too long. I appreciate you if you're here from TikTok. I fucking love you. Thank you for watching the video. If you guys have any thoughts, I'd love to hear them in the comment section. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe and like the video. Please, I don't want to sound desperate, but please subscribe and like the video. I promise you will not regret it. I'm a Barca fan, as you guys can tell, and I also make a lot of different content. So I hope you guys enjoy that. And yeah, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Again, let me know your thoughts in the comment section because I would love to hear it. I'd love to hear from other Barca fans or even rival fans. If you're a rival fan, even if you're not a rival fan, if you're a fan that doesn't support necessarily Barcelona but supports another team, what do you see when you see us play? And do you think, do we strike that same fear in you back to when we had obviously Messi and whatever? But you guys know what I mean. Like, do you guys feel some sense of fear when you watch Barcelona play? I love to hear it. And yeah, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.